the great pleasure of having Daniel Cudmore with us. So let's bring him in. Hello, Daniel.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm great. How y'all doing?
Oh, we're good.
There you go.
So, are you excited to be with us?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's get right into it. We're going to take a few calls later on, so
cool.
Let's get right into it.
All right, let's get right into it.
So why don't you tell us how you got into the industry and how did it all start?
How did it all start? Probably started with the fact that I was a hyperactive kid, and I was getting in more trouble by being the class clown, so I was sent to drama classes as opposed to being a disruptive force in the classroom. And I think I found a really cool outlet there. And then so I you know, all throughout high school and, you know, play sports and go to drama and back and forth and plays and theater sports and all these fun things. And then after playing a little bit of football in the States and not really finding what I wanted to do, I came back and got into the industry in Vancouver, and I've been doing it ever since.
So how did you find breaking into the business from Canada? Does it make it harder coming from, obviously, from there, or did it give you, like, make it, you know, give you that little bit more of an edge rather than going into it from Hollywood?
Right. No, not really. I mean, the thing is, Vancouver has such a large film industry, along with Toronto and Montreal, which are growing. And so the fact is that, you know, there's not quite as much of the larger roles because they're all really cast out of LA or New York, and but yet there are smaller roles, and it, in a way, it's like, you know, there's so much work up here that there's almost less pressure because you're not going out for these huge roles, but at the same time you're also landing parts and constantly working, and so it really gets your foot in the door and an understanding of what you're really supposed to do and what it's all about when you're on set. And so it's a good thing for me. I've been doing it for so long off and on that now when I go down to LA, I'm really comfortable in what I know I can do, and I'm not as, you know, looking at the industry in LA and going, oh God, it's so big, I don't know how I could even approach it. So now it's more or less I've had the experience up here, and now it's kind of, all right, let's head down there and see what the next step is.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's good because I know I'm from Canada as well, so but I'm stuck all the way in cold Calgary, but there's a lot of film tickets.
I heard about Edmonton. It was nice and warm the other day at like minus 56.
Oh, yeah, that's great. It was about minus 50 here, so.
Oh, lovely. Sun tanning.
Oh,
you know what?
Definitely.
It only ever gets to like -2 or 3 over here.
There you go.
Minus 56, that just blows my mind.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it totally is. Okay, so you've been both a stuntman and an actor. Which do you prefer?
Well, the thing is, I mean, you know what? I've grown up playing a huge amount of sports, and I mean, doing stunt work is such a sort of physical acting, and I was lucky enough that a stunt coordinator in town here gave me a chance on a movie, and I sort of fell in love with it. And I don't consider myself a stunt man. I'm more of a stunt actor. I'm more of an actor who can do stunts, because there are things that I really can't do, and there are so many talented stuntmen out there that can do everything, and that is what they do. And so I'm more or less just an actor who can do stunts, and I just sort of, you know, I've been doing them off and on, and it helps it being my height to be able to do as much stunt work as possible, because there's not that many stuntmen out there that are my height. So, and it's a lot of fun for me, so I just want to keep doing it.
Do you insist on doing your own stunts?
I do. You know, I'm kind of one of those people that if I see something, I'm convinced that I'll figure out a way to do it. But I'm not afraid to be like, all right, you know what, I can't do this. Let's put someone in there who knows what they're doing and is more talented in that arena. But I like to do my own stunts. I think it brings to the character. I think it adds to it, and it helps in some aspects, especially with doing a fight scene and filming at certain angles. You don't have to hide your face or whatnot, and you really can get right into the whole fight.
Did you do your own stunts in New Moon?
I did, yeah. I was fortunate enough. The stunt coordinator, JJ Macro, he was the guy who actually gave me my first shot, and I called him and I said, listen, I want to be selfish in this aspect, and the fact that I want to do as much as I can. And he's like, yeah, we'll do it to the point where I'm confident in you, and if it gets to the point where we're worried you might get injured, then we'll bring the stunt double in. And fortunate enough, I got to do everything.
Oh, that's great.
So how does it feel to be part of like this huge phenomenon at the moment? Because this like the Twilight Saga, it's like one of the biggest global things at the moment. So how does it feel to be involved in something like that?
It's really cool. I mean, it's strange because, I mean, sometimes when you're inside, it's like you're inside the fishbowl looking out, you can't really tell. And then, you know, when you step away from it and you can actually look and be like, wow, this is, as you said, a huge phenomenon. And, I mean, it's a great thing to be able to play a cool character in a series of, like, unbelievable novels. And, I mean, I'm just very fortunate, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's been great.
So what drew you to the Twilight scripts?
What drew me to them?
Yeah.
Initially, the idea of getting a job was mostly. But I had an audition in town for one of the characters in New Moon, and ended up coming back for what I thought was the first character I'd auditioned for, but was really for Felix, and ended up, you know, doing something right in the room, and whatever I decided to do with the character they really liked, and I ended up landing it. So it was one of those opportunities where it was originally just a one-day player, and I ended up landing this really cool character. So it was great.
So have you read the books at all?
I have, yeah. I read the first 3 back to back. As soon as I found out I had the job, I wanted to do the research, and so I really went to town on them. And I mean, they're such an easy read, and you know, hats off to Stephanie Myers. It's just one of those page-turner books that you just want to keep reading, and then next thing you know, you're walking down the street bumping into people reading books, and you know, it's just I wanted to keep reading, and then I had to take some time away because I was just so overwhelmed with it, and then I finished off Breaking Dawn.
Yeah, Breaking Dawn, I think, is the one, if that does get made into a film, that everyone's going to be like, well, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that should be a really good film. I'm looking forward to that.
Which one was your favorite book?
I liked, I don't know, I liked New Moon because I liked the introduction of all the characters. I really liked the Wolfpack, and I liked the fact that Volturi came in but were just given enough to be able to kind of understand the power that they have. And again, with the Wolfpack, I think they're really, really cool. And I was excited when I read the book to sort of think of the prospect of how they were going to transfer those wolves from the book to film and see how it looked. So I think New Moon would be the most favorite.
Okay. So when you signed on as Felix, did you know that this is going to be the phenomenon that it is, or was it earlier when it wasn't quite as huge?
Sorry, what was that again?
Oh, sorry. When you signed on as Felix, did you know it was going to be the big phenomenon that it is, or was it not as huge then?
I think, I mean, I had an idea of the passion that people had towards these books.